Hey guys, Para here. So, as I'm sure some of you might be aware, I recently hit 4,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. This is a pretty crazy feat to me, and I think it's pretty obvious I got this huge boost in subs from the insane amount of attention my recent level Want Me has gotten. With my last somewhat big level, Nightlife, I did a developer's commentary, so I thought I would do a dev commentary for this one too for 4,000 subscribers. Want Me is definitely the bigger level at this point, so I think you guys are really going to enjoy this as much as you enjoy the level itself. So, let's get right into talking about Want Me. The idea for Want Me came from the level Chancla by Heather Hayes. When I first saw Chancla, it instantly gave me the feeling of a meaningless level that people like for some reason, and combined with the gameplay that makes no sense and decoration that's incredibly simple and basic, I realized I could make a level like this. People often enjoy these types of things too for some reason, so I realized I could not only do less work to make the level, but also get more attention and praise for my originality. And thus began my quest to build Want Me. Some might say that it's somewhat unethical that I essentially stole the idea from Heather Hayes and I only really care if my level gets attention, but that's what I create for at the end of the day anyways. I actually made the layout for Want Me a while before I actually decorated it, and again, the layout is just made to be as gimmicky as possible because people like that for some reason. I never saw the appeal to that style myself, but hey, it gives off that sweet artistic element that the community goes crazy for. I always make sure I make my gameplay in those unorthodox styles so I can get meaningless praise, which gives me more respect as an original creator. Anyway, I started to decorate the layout from here, and on April 10th, 2020, I released the first preview. In this preview, I had finished the 2 mini-cube maze parts, with some grayscale and tinted colors that I'm quite proud of. I also added some cool effects that synced with the music, and overall, people seemed to be excited for what I had made so far. Again, I had succeeded in manipulating my audience into praising my work, when in reality, I copied and pasted all the effects and designs. The gameplay was also very annoying to play, but it was a cube maze and decently unorthodox, so meaning it got positive reception. With the reality about how this part was made, it's likely obvious that it didn't take me long to finish the part, and I honestly just copied individual sections from other levels. Only 9 days later I would release the second preview, which would be the entire UFO section. The fact that I made this in a little over a week shows how little effort I put into it, and how I mostly spent my time thinking about how I could manipulate the community to like the level. The most notable aspect of this UFO is definitely the gameplay, as the really spammy and annoying but original way it syncs with the music makes the community go mad. I purposely made Want Me stupidly hard so that not many people would be able to play it, meaning more could just spectate and say how good gameplay is cool to watch. I continued to work on building it in the background, and 5 months ago I finally finished the level and posted a full showcase on my channel. As expected, the community loved the level and today it's considered one of, if not the best extreme demon in the game. That's essentially the history behind the level, so now I will just give a rundown of each of the parts to give my thoughts on them and how hard they were to make, etc. The first cube, like many other parts in the level, was relatively easy to create. I basically just took the layout I built and added some colored and sketch-like structures, and it turned out well with the shining effect on the blocks. It might be somewhat obvious that I copied and pasted the entire thing, but who cares at the end of the day? Again, the gameplay is weird and doesn't make any sense, as the community loves that stuff. The next ship follows suit with this gameplay style also, and it was another pretty simple section to make. There's virtually no block design besides a little effect in the top of the blocks that I just copied and pasted, and I just spammed glow in the background and called it a day. Like always, the gameplay is horrendous to play, but people like it for some reason. The cube section after this is pretty much the same as all the previous ones, with no block decoration and one simple effect that justifies the lack of any design. There are colorful cubes that I just copied and pasted in the background, and they make it seem like I at least made some attempt at putting effort in. The fade effect in the blocks took about 2 minutes to make, and I'm proud of my efficiency in that regard. The UFO after this again has all copied and pasted blocks with basically no design, and a simple background that spams glow in an attempt to cover up for my lack of effort. The colors here might seem like I actually put some time to get a pretty combination, but I actually just copied them from other levels and slapped it on here, so I don't think I did any of the work myself. Again, the gameplay in both the last UFO and Wave are stupid, but people like it. And that's the end of the level. I didn't want to put effort into making a cool end screen, so I just stuck with the excuse of making an aesthetic ending, with just simple text saying the level name. Overall, my attempts to make this level seem more artistic than it actually is succeeded greatly, and I have yet to have anyone pick up on the fact that I intentionally manipulated the community's mindset toward empty art levels. So yeah, that's it for my Want Me developer's commentary. There's really not much else to say, besides thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers and the huge amount of attention Want Me has gotten over the past month or so. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and take care.